You are listening to Productivity Straight Talk with your host, Amber De La Garza. Amber is a sought-after productivity coach, trainer, speaker, and writer who gives entrepreneurs the straight talk on personal productivity. No BS, fluff, or overused jargon. Just actionable strategies to get results and succeed in business. And here is your host, Amber De La Garza, the Productivity Specialist.
Welcome, and thank you for listening to Productivity Straight Talk. Today is episode 77, Bookmarks, Unlocking the Hidden Time Savers in Your Browser. If you are an entrepreneur who wants actionable solutions to maximize profits, reduce stress, and make time for what matters most, then you're in the right place, and I'm so glad you've joined me. My goal today is for you to find out some awesome but underutilized features of Webpage bookmarks, so you can power through your online work more efficiently. I'm looking forward to bringing this episode to you because you will discover the benefits of using Webpage bookmarks, how to best utilize them to increase efficiency, my preferred bookmark structure, pro tips for maximizing bookmarks, and so much more. So let's dive right in and get straight to it. This episode of Productivity Straight Talk is being brought to you by my signature coaching and training program, Stop the Entrepreneur's Success Solution. To find out more about this special program, head on over to theproductivityspecialist.com/stop, STOP. My guess is that most of you use bookmarks to some degree, but you may not be utilizing many of the cool features of bookmarks that could improve your organization, increase your efficiency, and minimize the stress of dealing with countless web pages daily in your business. So what the heck are web page bookmarks anyways? Well, they're shortcuts to your favorite and most utilized web pages. Once you save a URL to your bookmarks bar, it will always be there for you to click on and be at your desired URL within seconds. That is, if it's organized. I want to share with you some of the benefits of utilizing bookmarks. First, it saves you time. Bookmarks mean quick access to the sites you're always in and out of. You don't have to waste your time trying to remember the name of the website, how to spell it, whether it was a .com or .net, or even typing a complete URL. You just click on it and you're there. Secondly, your browser has a better memory than you do. You might forget what site that awesome article you wanted to keep referring back to was hosted on, but your browser will not. 3, better organization. Each time you open your browser, there are your favorite websites right in front of your eyes, thoughtfully organized into folders. No need to search through Excel spreadsheets and Word documents to find the links you want to visit. Number 4, it's safer. When you click on a bookmarked site, you know you're ending up where you want to be instead of accidentally mistyping one letter and winding up on a page built to look like your bank's page, but it's really made to scam and steal your sensitive information. I'm going to jump into how to best utilize your bookmarks to get the most out of them. But I do want you to know that from this point forward, the how-tos that I'm going to discuss are for Google Chrome. That's my personal browser of choice, but the methodology of organizing your bookmarks for efficiency should be the same for whatever browser you prefer, so don't tune out just yet. First off, you can create as many folders and bookmarks as you want. Keep in mind, however, that you're aiming for efficiency. Sure, you can bookmark 500 web pages, but that may be making finding the one you're looking for more difficult than not having bookmarks altogether. Stick to a number that you can actually manage and organize. I'm guessing that many of you are probably, if you are using bookmarks, just saving a few web pages to your bookmark bar. This is not very helpful for organization and being able to save more than about 8 web pages before they run off the end of the bar. So before creating bookmarks, it's important for you to know how to create folders they'll go into. To create a folder, just right-click on any blank space on the toolbar and then click Add Folder and rename it. You can name it anything that makes sense for you regarding your organization. You can add web pages to folders in a number of different ways. When you're on a web page, you can click the little star icon on the right-hand side of your search bar, and a bookmark pop-up will appear, prompting you to select a folder for organization. This isn't my favorite because it forces you to scroll down all the folders, but definitely possible. The next way to create bookmarks is you can highlight the URL and then drag and drop it into any folder or subfolder. I love this way. The next one is you can also copy and paste the URL into any folder that you choose. There are maybe a few other ways to do this, but you want to find the way that is the easiest for you so that when you identify a web page that is important to you, you can get it in your file folders very, very easily. Furthermore, you can create subfolders within your folders for multi-layered advanced organization. Just right-click anywhere on the folder, click Add Folder, name it, and save it. It's that easy. Order your folders and bookmarks in a way that makes sense to you. From left to right across the screen, I don't put my folders in alphabetical order. Although you can, that just doesn't make sense for me. Instead, I put them left to right in priority order or any way that actually makes sense to me. I organize my bookmarks in the same way, top to bottom. If you are in and out of QuickBooks all the time, perhaps trying to put it at the top of your financial folder for quick access. You can change the order of your folders and bookmarks by clicking and then dragging them anywhere you want them. So create the organization that you desire, not however they automatically get saved or alphabetically or whatever you think it should be. I want it to be what works best for you. I'm going to share with you a few of my key folders that I use to keep the organization strong in my bookmarks. The first folder is Daily Review. And so under that folder, I save webpage links that I want to visit every single day. And they mirror my startup folder. Stay tuned for that tip. The next folder is Quick Access. These are links that I'm in and out of and utilize all the time. And I don't necessarily want to think about what category folder that they're in. So quick access for me are scheduling links, meeting links, URLs I frequently visit like Upwork, time zone converter, my Stripe account. And just as a side note, my Stripe account should technically be under my finance folder, but I'm in and out of it so much, I chose to keep it in my quick access folder as well, meaning it's in both places. The next folder that I have is called WIP, W-I-P, which stands for Work in Progress. And this folder is anything that I'm currently working on. The links stay in there until I'm done working on them, and then they either get deleted or filed away in the category folder that they should be in. The next folder that I utilize to keep my organization strong is a folder called TBF, to be filed. Anything that I find online that I want to access later, but don't really want to think about where it should go in the filing structure, I put here. And I do this because we technically get a little bit lazy when we want to save things. And then that's how things get saved every which way, misnamed, and not really thoroughly thinking of the organizational structure. So I put things in a folder called To Be Filed, and then I revisit it on a reoccurring basis. And for me, it's monthly to go through and clean out the To Be Filed folder. That also allows me to really determine if it's a link that I want to save, because oftentimes I want to save it, maybe it's a little temporary, and then by the time I go to file it, I realized I don't have a need for it. And what that does is save from cluttering my category folders with useless bookmarks that I will probably never visit again. And just to clarify, when I say I have a reoccurring task, now this shows up on my task management system each month, and then I schedule that onto my calendar. It usually never even takes more than 15 minutes, but this is something that I call a maintenance task. When I keep this kind of thing under maintenance, this is actually the key to the overall organization, because organization is not just a one-step organize it and it's always organized. This is a system that's being used day in and day out. So you definitely have to have that reoccurring maintenance task in place. Next, in my bookmarks, you will find different category-specific folders, things like resources, client calendars. Yep, you heard that right. I have my one-on-one clients share their calendars with me for an added layer of accountability, and I can pop in there at any time and check and see how they're utilizing their time. I have another folder that's called coaching resources, back office, my podcasting, my website, social media, financial, personal, and it kind of continues to go from there, just a few more folders. I also use subfolders under many of these folders for better organization. Okay, so I have a few pro tips for you here today. The first one, when you no longer have a need for a web page, don't just let it continue taking up prime real estate and wasting space. When you schedule the time to clean out your to be filed folder, I want you to just review your other saved bookmarks and delete any unwanted folders, bookmarks, anything that you're not using. What this does is clear the slate so that when you go to find something, you can actually see it because it's not under a bunch of clutter. Pro tip number 2, update your Chrome settings to include on the startup the specific pages you want to visit each day. Okay, so what I mean by this is when I open up Chrome each day, it opens up specific tabs to specific pages that I visit on a daily basis. I do this to save a considerable amount of time and also remind me to visit those pages daily, so it helps with the consistency as well. So the way that you would do this is by going to your settings, then go to Startup, Add New Page, put in the URL. You can list as many as you want. I have things on there like my Facebook group, Libsyn, which is where I host my podcasts for downloads. I have my financials, my website, Wells Fargo. I have any trainings that I'm currently working on to ensure I'm consistently moving through those trainings if there's online trainings. Those are just a few to name, and they're often being updated depending on what I'm working on. Next, pro tip, you can view all your bookmarks vertically just as you would file folders on your desktop. Now, this is a pro tip because if you are getting a little confused and you don't like it horizontally, you can actually expand it for quicker organization and see it just as you would folders on your desktop. You just need to click on the word bookmarks on the upper right-hand side of your browser. You can double click on your bookmarks and move them around easily anywhere in the file folders in the vertical structure format if it's not working out in the horizontal format. I find that strategy to be easier when I'm doing mass cleanup or reorganization, but from day to day, it works just fine for me to use it as a horizontal view. Next pro tip, bookmarks are searchable. Now, this is really cool. This is at least if in Chrome. And so you'll have to let me know if this tip works in your own preferred browser. But in Chrome, what you can do is type in the search bar with a hashtag followed by a keyword. So you can say hashtag Wells Fargo, and it will highlight any saved links that you have that start with Wells Fargo. This makes it a lot easier to find the saved links that you have. So go give that a try today. Next, you can have the same bookmark in duplicate folders. And I do this frequently. Perhaps you want to have your Facebook page in your daily review folder because you want a reminder to check it every day. But you also want to keep it under your social media folder with your other platforms. Totally doable, because when you're working on social media, you want to stay within that folder because that's how you're thinking of accessing the Facebook page. But if it's a daily just check-in, then you're going to want to see by going to your quick access. So it's about the ways in which you think about how to access the information. And when you're in flow with that, it creates an easier, faster way to go finding it. Last but not least, this is my favorite tip. You can edit the bookmark names. So when you save a bookmark, it often gives you this long, crazy name. It names it however the actual web page is named, which doesn't really serve you if that's not how you would remember to access it in the future. So you can edit any of the bookmark names by right-clicking on bookmark, then click Edit Name to rename your bookmark to anything you want it to be. Then you won't have this really long URL that you look at in the future and you're like, what does that even go to? What does that mean? Okay, so maybe you rename it and it says Client Gift Idea. That's easily searchable when you use the hashtag search feature. And next time you want to order a new client gift, just say hashtag client gifts. You can also leave the chosen field, the name field, blank. And I do this very often for financial websites, for my quick access websites, because each of the websites has an icon that I recognize. And I just like the cleaner look. This also helps if you actually want the bookmark to be across the toolbar horizontally. Stick with me here. I know this is super visual, but if you take the name out and it's just the icon, you can fit so many more bookmarks across the top of your toolbar from left to right. And when you scroll over them, it will actually give you the name of the URL so you can confirm you are clicking on the right one. All right, so that was my last tip, which is you can absolutely edit the name of any saved bookmark for easier search in the future. Okay, so I get that this episode was a little different than my typical episodes, and it actually calls for some visual instruction. I'm sure you may have gotten some ideas or even just reminded that, yeah, I need to go clean up my bookmarks. But if you want to see behind the scenes and for me to do a mini training on how to organize your bookmarks, I'm going to be doing that over in our private Facebook community, Productivity Straight Talk. If you're already a member, join us on Wednesday at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. If you're not a member, join us for free by going to productivitycommunity.com. Again, that's productivitycommunity.com. Join us for free and be there on Wednesday, 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. If you're not listening to this episode before Wednesday or you just simply can't make it, the Facebook Live will definitely be saved and you can watch the replay at any time. Just search inside the Facebook group for Bookmarks and the video will come up for you to view. I have a special announcement. Are you facing a productivity challenge that has become too hard to tackle on your own? Are you stuck on a plateau of indecision as to which next steps to take? Have you considered hiring a productivity coach and wonder, what would a session be like with me? I get it. Then this is great news for you. I will be conducting several on-air coaching sessions in the coming months. If you are interested in participating in one of these free sessions with me and are willing to divulge your current struggles with productivity, I invite you to go to theproductivityspecialist.com/on-air coaching for more details. Applying should take no more than a few minutes, so what are you waiting for? I cannot wait to bring this on-air coaching to you very, very soon. I have loved having you listen to this episode of Productivity Straight Talk, but I need to be straight with you. No change, no change. Without taking action, nothing will change for you or your business. So based on what you learned today, what are you going to go take action on? Did you listen to this episode and think, oh my gosh, I'm wasting so much time looking for lost web pages or websites? Oh my gosh, I do save every single web page to my bookmarks and they're disorganized and there's no structure and there are no folders. If any of that was ringing true for you, take some time to execute on the simple strategies I shared in this episode today to create more organization, ease in your day, and especially more efficiency. Before we close out, I just want to thank you, as I always do, for all of the amazing reviews and for sharing Productivity Straight Talk. I appreciate you very, very much. Today, I have a special thank you going out to Angie TV, who recently said, I love Productivity Straight Talk podcast and all the expertise Amber brings to it. It is one of my favorite shows because I walk away from every episode with something I can do in my business to move it forward. Amber offers the perfect balance of a kick in the pants with a large dose of encouragement and support. Thank you so much, Angie TV. That means the world to me. So that's my straight talk for you today. And until next time, have a productive week.